Reby, what do we have in this week's first question?
Yeah, let's get back to your question about the housing market skyrocketing with Jim's question to kick us off. He says, I am thinking about buying a home soon, but I'm not sure what to do. I'm worried that if I wait for interest rates to go down, home prices will skyrocket and I won't be able to afford anything. But I am also hesitant to buy now at these higher rates. So what would you suggest? Should he buy now or wait?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I think a lot of people are asking that question because buying a home in general over the last 3 years has been pretty daunting. If you look at what has happened with home prices, they've steadily gone higher and higher and higher and higher. And interest rates were attractive 3 years ago, and now they've become less attractive. So people are saying, man, I was waiting to get in a house, and the house is running away from me. And now that I finally have gotten the down payment, because of interest rates, the payments run away from me. So how do I navigate this? When do I know it's the right time to actually take that leap?
Yeah, Jim, this is a logic trap. And the fact that you can get yourself all worked up in a frenzy where you do analysis paralysis of doing absolutely nothing. Because let's face it, we all know when interest rates go up, a lot of people, it impacts the ability for people to go get loans and other things because the cost of lending and borrowing to buy assets goes way up. So right now, prices, even though we had the huge run up of the pandemic, prices are under pressure because of the high interest rates.
Yep.
So a lot of predictions are being made out there and a lot of, people telegraphing what's going to happen in 2024. There's predictions as high as we're going to drop interest rates by up to 1%. So there is a strong likelihood if, and that's a big if, nobody really knows, if interest rates go down, that will make the affordability of things that are financed to go up. But that's all noise because you just heard they both have benefits. Right now, while interest rates are high, purchase price is lower or at least under pressure than it's been in the past. Next year, if interest rates do go down, affordability or payments will go down as well. So now we have to figure out if there's benefits and negatives to both, what actually pertains to you. And that's where you shed the noise and actually figure out, how do I make the decision matrix for myself? And fortunately for you, if you go to moneyguy.com/resources, we have a home buying checklist that'll let you cut through the noise and figure out what do you actually need. But walk Jim through, what are the things we cover in that checklist?
Yeah, so there's a number of questions that we ask. How long is my time horizon? When do I think I'm going to be able to be in this house? And how long do I think I'm going to be there? How much have I saved for a down payment based on where interest rates are now? What do I think that my payment is going to be? And it will actually walk you through these metrics, because what's really, really interesting is when it comes to buying a house, and this will seem a little counterintuitive, especially when it is your primary residence, it's not always strictly a financial position, financial decision. Sometimes you have to make the housing decision based on other things outside of strictly the finances. I have a growing family, or I'm getting married, or I'm changing jobs, or I'm fill in the blank. So sometimes we have to make that decision not solely for the dollars and cents of it. And it's not always about, am I buying at the absolute best time or the absolute worst time? But if you're going to make this decision, no doubt it will have financial ramifications in your life. And that's why we put together the housing checklist, so that you can know, as I approach this decision, have I thought through these things? Have I thought through the location? Have I thought through the school system? Have I thought through my timeline? Have I thought through my job security? Have I thought through all the things that could impact this decision? And when I weigh all of those, or Jim, when you weigh all of those, do you arrive in the place of, okay, yes, now is the time that I need to make this decision. I'm going to go and buy the house, and I'm going to get into the house. And if rates rise in the future, okay, maybe I'll refinance. At least I got in the house, and if home prices go up, that's great. Most folks, when they buy their primary residence, if you have that long timeline, that 5 to 7 year timeline you're going to be in it, the purchase price doesn't matter as much.
Well, definitely, time fixes all things. I mean, I as a person who lived through the collapse from 2008 to 2012, where home values went down in my area, South Atlanta, by over 50%, I still didn't have regret because that was the house that I was raising my children in. That was the house I made a lot of memories in, and time fixed it because this too shall pass. So definitely make the decisions based upon what your life needs, what your financial goals are, and you'll be okay. It's just when you start cutting corners and skipping steps is when you will make mistakes. But if you go through our checklist, you're going to be A-okay.